What, as in she wanted to take her to
She
Ghana?
wanted to take
but
her,
you-
change her name, all of that, and I
wow.
wasn't having it, man. So, kept her wicked. Mum's gone, done her thing, set up a successful business, wicked. And now she's come back, she's like, I want to take the girl. I'm saying,
How old was she at this point?
that my daughter now was 11, 12. She had probably been gone maybe 3-4 years. Yeah?
Okay.
I'm like, okay. I said, no. And my daughter's like, Dad, I ain't seen my mum. I want to see my mum. You know? I love you, but you know, I ain't seen my. And well, now that's where the humility has to come
Humble,
in.
yeah.
You have to say, okay, you know what, baby. And I told her, I won't lie, I told her, tears in my face. Listen,
To my beautiful girls, your smiles warm my heart. You turn bad days into good evenings. I promise to listen, to share, to guide, to provide, to protect, to love. All that is mine is yours. This is Stories by Emeka, the Fatherhood series.
All right. Hakeem,
how you doing, Emeka?
welcome, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the invite.
Appreciate your time.
No problemo.
Much golf before?
Do you know what? I like to say yeah to pretend, but really and truly, hell no.
I know you're a competitive man.
Definitely.
We've got a leaderboard going here.
Ooh.
So Lee is the highest
Okay.
in terms of my guest,
I see that.
195.
I see that. But I see your name on the.
Yeah, I've got a
Okay.
little special place over
Brother.
there, 205. All right.
One question.
Go ahead.
Who's the arbiter of how far I hit it? 'Cause
So the machine.
okay.
Yeah, so
Thank
this
you
is,
very much, sir.
we have a chip in every ball,
I love it.
and then we're going to get into it.
I love it. Okay, good. Not that I don't trust you or nothing like that, of course. No, I won't throw in no shade. I'm sorry.
But yeah, machine says that I'm up first.
Okay, no problem, sir. Do you need this
No,
club?
I'm gonna
I nearly
start off
called
with
it a
this
stick,
one.
but
Yeah.
okay.
So, how's your day been? I know it's half term and all that.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
We had a sofa delivered yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So the night before was spent dismantling and taking it downstairs. Okay, you know.
Do you like all that handiwork stuff?
I hate it.
Hate it
I
with
hate it
passion.
with the passion. And
I'm
you know,
a man, and I said it.
real talk. But
All them IKEA instructions.
no,
Like who designs
I
all of that
cannot stand it. But I cannot also have my missus telling me, "Oh, you ain't done that bit right."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I make sure it's right.
You know,
first
I don't
time.
like procrastinating anymore, but when it comes to DIY,
Yeah, put
that's
that off.
where I
Put
procrastinate.
that off, mate.
As long as possible until it's needed. Like
I always
literally.
tell her there's a man for that. There's a man for that, yes, because will you really allow that to happen?
Yeah,
No, but
it's-
no, so that was that.
Yeah.
But today, my daughter's got Saturday school.
Okay.
So not Saturday school, weekend school, half-term school.
Oh, yeah?
So she goes to school from 9 to 12.
Oh, nice.
Extra stuff, getting ready for SATs.
Yeah.
The boy was crashed out in my bed after he called in at 7 this morning.
Love
Went out,
that.
yes, that's real talk.
Love
But as
that.
I left, he was just awakening to the world. So
Okay.
the world is right in my house. Happy days.
Happy days
Thank
indeed.
you, sir. Thank you.
So while we're getting started, so I want you to think about 3 words that describe you as a father.
As a father.
Yeah, while I just
no
warm up.
problema, no problema.
While I warm up. So 3 words, and
I got it, I got it.
let's break it in. Let's break it down.
3 words. Oh, hello.
Just a
Okay.
little bit of warm up still.
Okay, okay. Sugar, man came with the hit first out, straight away.
You know, I've done about a few episodes now, so
Yeah.
I think I've warmed up a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
live off that, trust me, yeah. That'll be my
What
excuse.
was that? 149. So yeah, 3 words.
So, my first word, is probably the most important to me, is committed.
Committed. Okay.
Yeah, I think fatherhood, I was always ready for it. I became a father for the first time at 27.
Okay.
I was always ready, and I always knew that no matter what happened, in terms of the relationship, I'd
Yeah.
be committed to my children.
Yeah.
And that's proven to be the case.
Okay.
Secondly, passionate.
Okay.
And that's in all things. You know, I'm a great believer in just doing your best.
Yeah.
I don't expect the world, I just want you to try your hardest.
Okay.
I'm a big believer in growth mindset and pushing yourself to be better than you were the next day,
Yeah.
the previous day rather. So yeah, I love that about my children. I love that I'm able to, ooh, you're taking the mic.
This is not a joke. I'm not playing games, Hakeem. You think this is a joke?
Jesus, look at that! No, okay. And the last one would be loving.
Okay.
Yeah, having had 2 girls first,
Yeah.
I was very conscious of the fact that I am the template of the man that they will look for in the future.
You're going deep already,
Oh,
I
I had
haven't even
to, I had
started.
to.
Oof.
So I made sure that any bad habits I had, I didn't show them to them, first and foremost, but more importantly, that I put myself out there as the idea of the man, what a man should do. So I wash dishes, I braid their hair, but I do DIY, I fill up the car, I take out the rubbish. It's a mix match. I want them to understand that the man doesn't have any demarcated role, and neither does she. Yeah? And vice versa for my son. I want him to also see, right, you know what, it's okay to do the housework and let your missus, bring your missus tea in bed. You know, that ain't soft.
So you're
that's your
modeling
husband.
you're modeling what you want them to be.
Brother, you
later
took
on
the
down
words
line.
out of my mouth, 100%. Really important.
No, I respect that, because even when we're talking about fathering and having boys and girls, in terms of, do you feel like you've been very different between your boys and your daughters?
100%. All three have had different scenarios also. You know, I've been blessed to have 2 marriages in my life.
Yeah.
And my first marriage, we've done 10, nearly 11 years.
Okay.
And I got a beautiful daughter out of it. You know, who's currently at university studying journalism.
Okay.
But whilst I had a great input in her life up until 11, between those formative years of 11 to 15, that was her mum, because she went to Ghana. Yeah. And when she came back, I was so impressed with the young lady she was.
wow.
Her mum had done an amazing job.
Shout
And
out to mum.
Oh,
Shout out to
100%, 100%. You know, I can't even pretend. She's a wonderful young woman. Then I got my second marriage. I was blessed to meet my current wife, happy. And she blessed me with 2 children. First a girl, second a boy. My girl is a lot more sensitive.
Okay.
A lot more sensitive.
Yeah.
And she takes that from me.
Okay.
I recognize that I'm that one that will, you know, see something emotional and the tear will come. You know what I mean? You try and look away and hide it. No, that's all right. But the tear will come. And I even recollect, as a child, I couldn't lose. So I was telling her a story that when I was growing up as a kid, we used to play football every lunchtime. But if I lost, I was
Emotional.
bawling. And my friend, my good friend now, Theo, who went to primary school with me, still relates this story. But she's got that. She don't like to, and when she loses, she cries. But I've been saying to her, listen, baby, it's okay. It's okay to be competitive. But you have to understand that there's both sides of that coin. If you do your best, that's what it is.
Yeah. So should I give you that talk now or afterwards, in terms of after you lose today?
Oh, no, that's got to be from the... Oh! Did you see what he did? Oh my God. I was still in the zone. You were still in the zone. And then I saw the smile. Oh, Mecca, you're dangerous. You're dangerous. Oh, no, thank you. You give me information. You're giving me inspiration today. Ha!
Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
Okay. Thank you.
It didn't digest you. I see the plane landing.
No, it didn't. I was about to go deep in the question. Yeah, but no, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Okay, no, thank you. No, it's okay.
But in terms of that emotional side, in terms of, are you afraid to display it in front of your children?
No, and I've had that conversation with her. I mean, we've sat down in tears before, me and her, just me and her, and saying, listen, girl, I'm your dad, and I get how you feel emotionally, and it's okay to be like that, but you can't let it overwhelm you. And I'm just trying to give her coping and strategy tips that maybe I never had so much growing up, but you just learned. You know what I mean? My boy is completely the opposite. Resilience, emotional, but resilient, can hide it and can cope a lot better. And so the conversations I have with him, I'm about not being arrogant, not being complacent, not being overconfident, but 2 sides of the same coin.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people kind of confuse emotions. When they say someone's emotional, they always assume that it's somebody who's weak and crying. But emotion is anger as well. People forget emotion is anger. People forget emotion is feeling lonely.
And emotion is love.
Exactly.
Emotion is grief. Emotional things are integral to a human being. You know? And if you don't show them, it makes you sick. I truly believe that.
And because one of the things that I said in terms of building, when I was building my own family, and I said for myself, is making sure that one of the first piece of furniture I'm going to buy is a dining table.
Nice.
You know,
sit down and eat.
Yeah, sit down, eat,
Very
and have
important.
that conversation.
Very
because
important.
obviously grew up in a household where mum and dad are hustling. My dad's a businessman.
I hear it.
Always flying out here and there. My mum will cook. You know, when they cook jollof, you know that's lasted for 3 or 4 days.
Oh, 100%.
So whenever you're hungry, go to the kitchen and eat. So I might be in the sitting room, my brother might be in the bedroom. So everyone's scattered. type of thing. And so what that does, it doesn't allow opportunities for conversation, especially there was an age gap, mum's working at this time, so we're not communicating, you know, and so people are going through stuff and you're keeping stuff in. So I said, you know, when I start my own family, the dining table will be a centerpiece of having these conversations and trying to make sure that you're emotionally there to support them on their journeys.
100%.
And the start of your journey begins.
Oh, but I can't wait.
You're up.
189. I saw. I'm looking. Okay.
Let's see what you've got.
Come on now. Yeah, it's really, really important. Communication.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's a big one in our house. You can talk about anything.
Okay.
You can talk about anything, and that's the point. We may say to you, now's not the time for you to know that, but we'll give you a little taste.
Yeah.
But you can ask anything you like, and they do.
Yeah.
They do. Okay, now focus.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so that's the warm-up one, yeah?
Warm up.
Why are you trying to help? Don't try to help. Don't try to help. Oh, man needs assistance. Let me just move the ball over. Maybe we'll hit it better. Maybe if I put it under the tee, it will hit
To
it
my
better.
brother.
Hey, you didn't even register. No, stop it. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
No.
Can't see
Okay.
that window.
All right. Bit high.
It went high, but
Bit high.
not the distance.
Okay, the action is getting a bit better.
Yeah.
All right.
When you get that smooth connection.
That's what I saw yours like a gunshot. Bodoosh. Jeez. Okay, come on.
Ooh. Got the power, but that's a bit.
I ain't even got over 100 yet.
Yeah, it's still warming up.
Go on, keep going. What's your next question, brother? Don't try and concentrate on the competition. I'm here to talk about fatherhood. Don't try and make it about the golf.
Oh my God.
One more.
All right,
Go on.
cool.
One more. Come on, baby. Come on. And now, camera, real talk. Before you were rolling, I was busting shots. No one will admit it now, but I'm telling you. Okay. No. Practice swing. That's what you're not doing.
Yeah.
There you go. Head still. That's how Tiger does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, head still. Right, go. Okay. Come on.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a hook, but at least that hit 100, I reckon. Come on, 3 figures. Talk to me. 85, Jesus.
Ooh. All right. You're getting there, you know.
It's a process, right?
Yeah. So literally.
It's a...
I think you could definitely beat Bola.
Oh, snap.
You could definitely beat Bola.
You know what?
And,
Man's just warming up. Don't
and
talk that talk, Becky. You know?
Obi's there, 1 on 2. You got one more shot. But while you take your shot,
Why is Clem's undisclosed?
you know what?
Unclassified?
yeah, about that. So what happened is yesterday they had a power outage here. But Clem, I think he was up to 80 or something.
Okay.
But then the power outage happened.
So he's
so
got
he
to
didn't get
squeeze.
his full hour.
I get it.
So
We're
We're gonna bring Clem back.
Okay.
And then we're gonna see what he can
Jesus,
really.
now I've got to make sure I beat Clem. No, sir. Okay.
But in terms of when we're talking about fatherhood, yeah, just break so there's context. Your children, what are their ages?
So I have a 20-year-old first child.
Okay.
As I said earlier, currently at uni, I have a 11-year-old middle child,
Yeah.
getting ready to go to year 7.
Okay.
And I have a 7-year-old boy, currently in year 2, tearing up the house. Tearing up the house.
He runs the house basically.
Do you know what he thinks he does?
Yeah.
Very, very charming, very smart, very handsome, just like him daddy. But on the real, he's got his mum. He's got his mum like I had my mum. She
Yeah.
just loved the bones of him.
Yeah.
But he's a good kid. He's a good kid.
No, that's good. That's good. So when we're talking about the period of becoming a father for the first time, and you mentioned you've been like an emotional. You're not afraid to show your emotions. What was your feelings once you found out you was going to be a father? What were your apprehensions, anxieties, excitements? What was going through your mind sort of during that period, taking you back 20 years?
Wow, well done. You know what I'll say to you, and I'm not even going to front. I wasn't nervous, apprehensive, worried, concerned, because I wanted to be a dad.
Okay.
I was 27, I was ready.
Yeah.
I'd met a good woman, and I thought, you know what, if any time you're going to do it, this is now.
This is now.
I said to myself, whatever happens, this woman is a quality woman. If we split, she would still look after my children righteous. You know them ones? That's thinking pessimistically.
Yeah.
But when I found out we were pregnant, which wasn't planned, obviously, but we were ready.
Yeah. Was this before the marriage or?
No, before the marriage. Before the marriage, we done. She's from Ghana.
Okay.
So we did the whole native law and
shout out
custom.
GH.
Yeah, mate. You beat us in the qualifiers.
Yeah, man.
But you know, my daughter's half Ghana, so I got to give you love.
Yeah, exactly,
okay.
Exactly. So you're tied in.
Ah, but I've got to give a little bit. I've got to give a little bit of love.
You can't be fully angry.
Party. You got to give a little bit of love. You know what I mean? Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So I was ready when I found out she was pregnant. I spoke to her barely every day.
Yeah.
I said to my missus, I want her to know my voice. And this is what I always tell other dads.
Yeah.
When your missus is pregnant, every emotion she's feeling, that baby's feeling.
Yeah.
So if you as a daddy, when you come in the room, if your missus lights up and feels that joy, your baby's like, who's this person that comes in and makes me feel like this? So before she's even born, she's feeling that my daddy loves us. When she was born, I had her on my chest, skin to skin.
Skin to skin. Shout out to the skin. Come on.
Every day,
Yeah.
without fail, talking to her, letting her hear my breathing, the bass of my voice. And it was really, I think it paid off because we're really close.
Okay.
We're really close. I love her to bits. She's a wonderfully intelligent and capable young woman and insightful. She's taught me a lot.
Yeah.
She's taught me a hell of a lot. Hell of a lot.
Yeah, because we're going to get into it because, like I say, my daughter's about to turn 12. So you've been through that teenage bit I'm about to enter. So I need some advice, and we're going to get into
We're gonna
that.
get deep, yeah? I like that.
We're going to get into it. But in terms of now that you became a father, understanding that journey of saying you wasn't pessimistic, you didn't feel afraid, you didn't have that sort of anxiety, mainly
doubt.
because you had the good woman.
Yes.
I was saying is, a lot of people are bringing children into the world and not fully understanding the mindset, the morals of the person that they're bringing a child with, mainly because of lust.
Yeah.
And doing the do. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Without understanding the full consequences of these things. Yes, relationships and marriage break down.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if that person is a good person, hopefully that's a step closer to making it continuing to work when you get into that mode of
100%.
co-parenting.
100%.
Essentially. But if the person is not somebody that shares your values, then you're already in the back foot. So what would you say to people who are sort of at that sort of mid-20s age where they feel like, you know what, if it happens, it happens, but have they actually sat down and dissected the last person that they had sort of
Very good question, because I think it's crucial. I grew up with no father in the house. Yeah, my mum raising me and my brother, middle of Hackney, and I always, looking back, when I got to late teens, like 19, 20, after being a little bit weird, but find my way back.
Do you know what? Sorry, I need to pause you. You threw me off. You said I got into my late teens in 1920. And I'm like, brother, how old are you?
You're killing me. Don't let the grades throw you, mate.
I'm like, what? So that what? Born in 18 what? sorry.
I love
my
it.
brain's just caught up.
I love it. Okay, you're trying to kill me today, but okay. And so I never had that role model of this is what a dad is like. Yeah. But at that period in my life, I look back and realized that mum had imparted what it was to be a parent. Yeah. Regardless of gender, my mum was my mum and my dad, but she parented us. Yeah? So me now getting ready to be a father, I just said, okay, I'm going to be a good parent. Yeah. Regardless of what that looks like as a father or mother, I'm just going to be a good parent. That means I'm going to provide succor for my child emotionally, nutritionally, psychologically. I'm going to be there. Yeah? And that was my aim. And so from I accepted that in myself, cool. Now, does that still apply if you haven't got the good woman? Yeah. Yes, because it's on you. Whether or not you and the woman fall out, and I'm not gonna lie, me and my ex-wife weren't all hunky-dory for the whole period of time. But the point was, you made a baby in love. Yeah. Maybe in lust at some point, but we were in love. Yeah. I loved her. I was ready to spend the rest of my life with her. And so, if we can produce that beautiful young girl, then we can get past anything. And whilst time did get a bit rocky for a while, my main thing is at the end of the day we've got a daughter together.
Yeah.
I can't be out of her life, and she can't be out of my life because we've got a daughter together. So you have to be mature enough and humble enough.
Yeah.
Humble enough to
so when,
say,
humble. Break that down for me. When you say humble,
because there's going to be times where you're going to say you disagree with something, but it's not your decision. Okay. And I'll give you a prime example. My daughter lived with me for a while her mum was in Ghana, and we had the whole court thing where I had to fight for the parental responsibility, the rights and all that. Yeah, I had to do all of that. Cool.
What, as in she wanted to take her to Ghana?
She wanted to take her, change her name, all of that, and I wasn't having it, man. So, kept her wicked. Mum's gone, done her thing, set up a successful business, wicked. And now she's come back, she's like, I want to take the girl. I'm saying,
how old was she at this point?
My daughter now was 11, 12. She had probably been gone maybe 3-4 years. Yeah?
Okay.
I'm like, okay. I said, no. And my daughter's like, Dad, I ain't seen my mum. I want to see my mum. You know? I love you, but I ain't seen my. And now, that's where the humility has to come in.
Yeah.
You have to say, okay, you know what, baby. And I told her, I won't lie, I told her, tears in my face. Listen, I love you, I fought for you. Believe me, this decision is paying me, but I'm doing it because it's what you want. Right. And she went, and she told me she'll come back. And she did. She come back, and she was my baby girl. And through the whole time, we was in contact. I mean, I just saw respect to her mum, because her mum could have took it a different way if she wanted to, but she obviously didn't. And my daughter remembered that I've got a dad, you know, because the mum's remarried, they've got other children, you understand? But her daughter remembered I've got a dad. And it, like I say, I think the work I put in, being that parent, being consistent.
That foundations that you've built up.
And that's what I tell my young bloods, my 23-year-old my young man that I work with. I say, listen, put the work in. Put the work in. Be committed. Be present. Be present, brother. That doesn't. I'm not talking about buying X, Y, Z. I'm talking be present. Hold your kid's hand and take them to the park and sit and watch ducks for all I care. Be present. Ask questions. How you doing? Who's your friend? Who'd you play with? What'd you play in the playground today? Who won? Ask questions. And you do that, and I think no one's perfect, but you're on the right track, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's key, because that's what you're saying is what I try to do in terms of making sure that I'm that approachable person. I don't want to get to a stage where core life activities are happening and you're learning some key life lessons in the playground.
100%.
You know?
100%.
There's a wealth of experience person who's lived,
100%.
who understands especially how the playground works.
100%.
We've been there,
100%.
understand the dynamics of it, and now you add the layer of social media.
Yeah.
You know, bullying doesn't have to happen face to face.
No.
It can happen through all of this
100%.
stuff. And so it's being conscious of all of these things and trying to navigate what that looks like, because I feel like my parental journey is now changed from what I dealt with in primary school. In secondary school now. She's now turning into a young woman. There's a lot more
different
emotions,
issues,
there's a lot more feelings, and so on and so forth. So trying to navigate through that, and so my daughter's now living with me. So I've got 3 daughters. So the first, similar to you from a previous relationship. And so her mum is out of the country right now, and so
interesting.
Similar to you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we're now here, so she's here, but at the same time I'm trying to be very cautious and careful, because while I was at work, I work in a department where some of the ladies I work with in education, they work in health and social care, and childcare. And then I was telling them about a period where I was trying to show discipline, and then they were a bit quiet. They was like, I'm making sure you're not doing too much. And I'm like, what do you mean? They said that based on what you said to me, it sounds like your daughter's going through many transitions. They said that one transition is already enough for a child. And so they broke that down. They said, for instance, one of the transitions is going from primary school to secondary school. That's a big change for a lot of children.
Huge.
Another one is, you've just said that she's now recently had siblings. Another big one. She's now moved from Rumford to your side.
Wow.
And obviously she's now moving with you full time. So we're now talking about 4 different things.
You ain't even got to physiological yet.
Exactly.
100%.
And so obviously we're now talking about entering a period of periods and so on and so forth. She's like, that's 5 transitions that can now affect behavior. And so you don't want to do too much where you're totally alienating. And so what that makes me think about is obviously going from a traditional Nigerian household.
100%.
Where certain things can't be tolerated in terms of okay, all of that stuff is nice, but you can't talk like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we don't do that. Do you know what I mean? Because again, it's like, there's certain ways I would never speak to my mum or speak to my dad.
100%.
And obviously they ruled with a certain level of fear, and there was levels to it. So it's like, I never wanted to be shouted at by my dad because his base was different. Whereas with my mum, it's like, you become numb to it. You know what I mean? It can go on and on and on, but it's like, okay, it's just a bit annoying now. But with the dad, it's just like, you don't want to hear it, full stop. But then they have another layer beyond the shouting, like I was saying to the previous guest, which now it could be physical in terms of the slap or get the belt or whatever. But then with us, I don't know if you...
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't want to incorporate physical aspects of it. So it's like, I don't want to now, there's not that next layer. Obviously the central foundation is the communication part. But then if you do something, you've been told many times, there has to be some level of discipline involved in that. And so I'm always I'm now struggling within, I'll never speak to my parents like that. So there's an element of me that, how, do you know what I mean? How dare you? So it's just trying to find that balance. So what was your experience like dealing with this adolescent age?
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. I find it, you are bang on in saying that coming from the generation we came from, it was a case of do as you are told. And don't talk.
Exactly.
And do as I say. And no problem, wicked. You know, and if you did it, you got a clap, you got a whatever you got, good. We don't do that. I haven't physically chastised any of my children, and I haven't felt the need to. And you know what else? I've actually never shouted at them.
Okay.
And I'll say this to you now, right? Growing up, they would talk. I got a big voice, you know. And if I get stern, I get forget, my voice can be raised. Please, and you don't shout. I say, do you think that's shouting? And then I will shout. Rah, rah, rah. I say, so don't tell me about shouting. I'm upset with you. My voice is raised, but I won't shout at you because I don't need to. Okay, cool. So very early on, they accepted that, wow, daddy's voice gets raised.
It's not necessarily shouting.
Not shouting.
I've been there.
Right. However, as you quite rightly said, with their mum is a different level, like, rah, and she'll rail at them, but they've become attuned to it. They know it's not a personal thing, and they know that their mum just wants that thing done, wherever it may be. In terms of how I move forward with it, I think the adolescence part, especially with a girl, you can only, and from what I have, my own experience, you can only listen. Because we ain't gonna go through it, not like how they go through it, it's gonna be hard for you to give advice on those specific things. I'm talking the physiological stuff. The transitions between year 7 and 8, 6 and 7, you can speak on that. Moving home, you can speak on that. Siblings, you can speak on that. That physiological thing to me is the biggest one, because not only is her body changing, her mind is changing, and her emotions are
Hormones,
changing.
chemical
Right.
reactions, the whole works.
And she's actually becoming a different person. She's not going to, not in a bad way, but in a person that is growing. And so we have to wait and just be present and listen, ask questions and support while they go through that. And it's gonna be tough because there's gonna be moments where the attitude will come out. And I had this conversation with a female friend of mine saying, nah, man, like, she's getting rude. You know what she said to me? Like, she sent me a text, and the text was all caps, right? All caps, like shouting, like, and at the end of it was like, did you not think? Ooh, what? And I didn't answer. She only recently got a phone. Didn't answer. And then I was speaking to my friend, and I'm like, nah, it's on, she's gonna get it. My friend's like, do you know what? You're gonna stifle her self-confidence. She thinks she can talk at you because you're her dad and she's safe. She thinks she's able to say, she doesn't mean to shout at you. She thinks she's better. And I goes, okay. So I've gone home and I've gone on Vex and I said, nah, the text message. You know, I showed it to her mum and her mum's been like, and she's coming and she's got all tearful. And I've realized she weren't being rude. She was trying to have a joke with her dad. Hey, daddy, why didn't you get the donuts? What did you think you were doing? And it didn't come across. And I said, you know what, baby? There's no laughy face emoji there. There's no kiss. There's no lol. Hello. And I get it. You're new to phone technology. But I go, this is how things can go wrong quickly. And so it opened my eyes, though, to Raj, you know what? I can't take what I perceive to be the issue and say that's wrong. I've got to go and talk to her. Because that is a tricky age. It's a tricky age. The first girl, like I say, I did it from afar and I still found it tough.
Difficult,
I still found it tough.
That's wild because it's like it's a continued learning journey.
It has to be.
Do you know what I mean? Even yesterday, it's like she was I was in the middle of sort of kind of discipline, and then she said something. What did she say? She said, "Are you enjoying this?"
Ouch. Ouch.
Cause she was on top of the stairs, I just looked back. I was like, control.
Yeah.
Just cut down the stairs because I can't fully engage in everything because it's like there's a lot of processing time. Because again, I have to compare stuff to how I was raised,
100%.
but then it's totally different.
Completely.
Do you know what I mean?
You couldn't have said that.
Yeah. What?
I couldn't have said
Would
that.
my dad even understand what it means? It's just the fact that you've spoken.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the words mean, but just be quiet.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Different world. Different world.
Totally different world, and trying to navigate that, and trying to have that balance of not making her far removed that she can't come and speak to me at the same time, but still being a well-rounded person.
Yeah. I think you've got to have that consistent level of approach of love and discipline.
Yeah.
She's got to know you have standards.
Yeah.
She's got to know that if she, for example, and I know my baby girl would never do this, but if she was to lie in a test or cheat in a test, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat her.
Yeah,
I'm not going to disown her. I'm not even going to shout at her, but I'm going to be disappointed. And I'm going to express that disappointment to her in the way I communicate with her. And that is enough for her, for my children, because we've grown them like that. That you know what, this are our standards as a family. Yeah, we don't chat our business, we don't judge other people, and we do our best. Yeah, do them 3 things. I'm happy with you. Go around and do. I'll give you leeway, but do those 3 things. Yeah, and they've got that now because they've grown with it. But every household has to impart that in their own way. That okay, this is what we want. This is what we expect. And when you make a mistake, I'll be unhappy, but that's okay because we're going to discuss that and how to make it better and then move on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's powerful because, again, for me, that process of learning and making sure that I'm listening as well, because not being closed off to what you're hearing, because of how you feel.
100%.
Again, what you're feeling is the fact that you feel disrespected.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
You have to put that to a side sometimes and say, okay, listen, am I actually listening to what's happening here?
100%.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
I'm not here saying that, you know, I'm practicing what I'm preaching
you're
every
spot
day,
on.
But
you're trying to.
Exactly.
And that's all you can do.
It's the growth, really, and trying to make sure, because there's no manual. You can literally give me everything that you have done. I'm saying, okay, let me carbon copy it.
Well done.
But I'm dealing with a different individual.
Completely.
Exactly. And so the variable is this child is different.
You have a tree. Listen, that happens in the same family.
Yeah.
As you raise the first child, you try to raise the first child, the second child the same as the first. That ain't gonna work. Yeah, you're gonna have to mold and make things different because they're individuals with their own foibles, fallibles, confidences, insecurities, whatever it may be. And you've got to allay and define yourself and the way you parent according to that. You know what I mean? Listen. Yes, that's it. I took your mojo. I took your mojo. Come on. Yeah. I'm stretching. I took your mojo. Yes, come on. Come on. I'm going to hit this ball 200 yards this time. Whoa. Ooh.
Yeah.
Tiger at the Masters. Let's go.
You're up.
Is it me? Yeah? Love.
Yeah.
Wow. Love to see it.
Let's see what you've got.
Yeah, love to see it.
Practice swing.
Yeah, raw. Yeah. Now let's scoop that up. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think you clipped the green a bit. That's why I took up some of your power away. Remember, you got 4 in a row, 5 in a row.
Oh yeah, that's okay. You're a killer. You're a killer.
Okay. Can't even see what.
Can't even see it.
Yeah, I lost sight of that one.
Okay. That's better.
Okay.
That's better. I'm on the board.
You're on the board.
I'm on the board,
You're on the
brother.
board.
Okay.
You're on the board. So you beat Obi.
Yes.
So the next person for you is Gabriel, who's on 144.
Okay, so I need 150.
Yeah.
150. Come, baby. Come on now. 150.
Let's just write that down before we forget it. 132.
No, 100. 100. come on.
You're getting there, man.
Yeah, the swing's coming a bit better. The
Yeah.
swing's coming a bit better, you know what I mean?
So if you can consistently get more than 100, I think you're...
No, don't gas me yeah, with your 205. I'm coming for you, yeah? I'm coming for you.
You got two more. You got two more.
Okay, wicked, come on.
But yeah, so in terms of frameworks of fatherhood,
Yeah.
you said your dad wasn't around.
Nah.
So did you have anything that you was aspiring to in terms of whether we're talking about real life examples or whether we're talking about potentially fictional things that you have seen on TV, for instance, that you know what?
Let me give you this. It's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, mum's come over here against my mum's wishes with my dad to England. Dad's gone uni. Dad ain't done what he's supposed to do, and he's buggered off back to Nigeria. Yeah. I'm not even one yet. Yeah. All I remember of my dad is his bushy beard, the smell of Carlsberg and cigarettes, ingrained in me.
Yeah.
But mum kept me in contact with him, grew up knowing him, being aware of him, cool. Anyway, couple years later, I'm free. My mum meets my soon-to-be brother's dad, diplomat in Nigeria, travels back and forth. And I remember how this man made me feel. Like, I'm only free, but the emotions, I remember whenever he came, he always brought a present for me. Now, I knew he wasn't my dad, but I was just thinking, wow, this man's nice.
Yeah.
Then my brother's born, and my mum's explained, oh, you're going to have a brother, they're going to get married, wicked. The man dies mysteriously while on diplomatic service in Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Mum's broken, but that's it. Just me, her, my brother for the rest of our life now. But those things influenced me. A, my dad going, but B, this other man coming on the scene and being nice.
Yeah.
Because I got to see that, well, not all dads are bad.
That. Yeah.
Right. So, whilst there was then no father figure in that time, as I said, my mum was both.
Yeah.
She always said to me, there ain't nobody that, because you know, you admire people, respect people in the public, but she always says to me that ain't your role model. Yeah. That my role model is her. Yeah, so the person who's the model, who sets the ethics and the morals, she knows this is Yoruba, by the way, who says the ethics is her. Yeah, and that I take that from her, that I can admire, like, respect any famous person you like, but don't be looking for them to set the example of how you behave. You understand? I took that and I ran with that my own self. You know what I mean? Being a dad, to me, it is a role, because I know like modern society tries to kind of, and I don't want to, it tries to dissipate the role, but there is a role and it's important. And it's that role of being steadfast, committed, passionate in all things. Yeah, being able to be that physical, passionate person that's safe for them is important too, because whilst their mum is going to give them the nurturing, we do that too, but in a different way. In a security, safety type way. In a way that, you know what, my dad's got me. That kind of way. And those are important too. Sometimes I think society tries to pretend it isn't, because, you know, we need to equalise things a bit more, and I get that. But we shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's some good things about daddies too, True. Come on now, 2 yards, 200, not 2 yards, 200 yards. Jesus. Don't let me put my mouth on it.
Ooh, where did that go?
Don't even know where it went. Don't lie, that cannot be it. That cannot be it. Oh, one more, yeah? One more, come on.
Yeah, you got one more.
One more, come on.
To be fair, your average on this one has been good.
Rebecca, you're saying that, you're trying to hold the smile. Allow it, allow it.
Why can't I give
allow it,
compliments?
man. Allow it. That's a joke. No, allow it, allow it.
Right,
Come on, boy. That's better. No, it ain't. Still 100. Jesus Christ, man.
All you need is one.
I can't, I'm sorry, I need 150, I need to, you know, come on. 132, Emeka, you're up.
So, your first marriage ended.
Yeah.
How old was your daughter at the time?
She was, at the time, she was 6.
Okay.
6.
Because you know what they say in terms of the most stable place for a child is within a marriage, when two parents are in conjunction with each other.
100%.
Were you worried about the impact that could potentially have on her?
Yeah, I remember leaving, and obviously I left the house because they can't move out of the house because your daughter lives there. And I remember I went to move back in my brother where I'd lived before, and I had a hole of a room, literally like it was a crappy hole because I had nothing, didn't it? All the money I had was going for them, and I barely had a bed, sheets up for curtains, that type of thing. So I was in a dark place. I always say John Legend and Mary J. Blige got me through because I rinsed the album and what's her name? Jennifer Hudson, rinsed those albums, feeling sorry for myself, but being self-reflective. But what I did do, every weekend, took my daughter out. Every weekend, She came and she spent, I slept on the floor, she had the camp bed, till I got my bed, till I got her little thing. I built it. But every weekend, we'd go tennis, we'd go bike ride. I never had no money, but everything that was free, we went to do. We went to do, brother, 100%. And she would tell you.
No excuses here, man.
She would tell you, my dad made me go down this big hill on my skateboard. I nearly bust my head, but I did it. We went out and we did stuff. To give the memories, climb trees. You know what I mean? We did stuff, and again, I think it paid off. I do. If you're not gonna invest the time, someone else will. Someone else will.
Say that again for those at the back.
Brother, if you ain't gonna invest the time, someone else will, willingly. And
that's deep.
Unfortunately, that doesn't turn out for the best sometimes, Sometimes it does. You can, your child can find a mentor, someone who they admire, that they can take things from them. Maybe things ain't so good at home. Those are good things, but other times, as we know, it generally doesn't come like that. It comes with a peer who maybe has got a different agenda or a different aspect on life. And your child, because they want to be friends, because they want to be liked, because they want to be part of something, fall prey to that. And unless they're hearing an alternative somewhere else from a trustworthy source.
No, that's important, because when I think about it, it's like you said, if you're not investing the time, someone else will.
100%.
Or even if it's not someone else, something else will. In this day and age,
you're absolutely right.
Being consumed
Twitter
by all of these other noises and these 100%. Other voices. And that now becomes the voice of influence.
100%.
And then at what point when you realize what's happened, it might already be too late. Maybe not too late, it might be a bit strong, but it's now difficult to rein it back.
Don't even hold it. But you say too late, the thing is, the rot is incremental. So you say maybe not too late, but what you do, it's like damp. Once you get it, it's really hard to get rid of. So what you then do is, no, actually, you know what that is. So now you make sure that doesn't get any bigger. You ain't gonna get rid of it. You know, it's there now, but we're gonna make sure that doesn't get any worse. And that's what it is with these things. They're gonna make mistakes. They are gonna. But resilience and bounce back ability. I love that made up word. Can you?
It rolls off the tongue.
Brother, the cadence is there. But can you do that? Knockbacks is something that happens to everybody. Everybody. Don't let that define you.
So no. Okay. Fast forward now. So who moved on first in terms of either her mum or you?
Her mum moved on first.
Okay.
And I found that difficult.
Okay.
Found it difficult with another man having that influence. I won't lie.
Because obviously they're all living
all day, all the time.
Break that down for me. Because
wow. You know what? I found it very, very challenging, and I won't lie. I probably was at my worst. I still never done nothing ridiculous, but I was at my worst. What I did do though is I wanted to meet. I wanted to meet. And my ex-partner didn't want that to happen. Okay. And I found that tough. You know what I mean? Because I felt
why was that an unreasonable request?
You know,
was it coming with malice or
for me, completely not. I literally wanted to go out to dinner, let's sit and talk, At that point, I had just started meeting with my current wife. So whilst the bitterness had faded, they'd been together maybe a year and a bit now. So the bitterness had faded, and my current missus was saying, no, listen, that's your mum. We have to. She's very much like that, convivial type person. So I'm like, you know what? No, you're right. You're right. We should all sit down and have a meal and talk. But we couldn't get it to happen for whatever reason. I don't want to make estimates, so I don't know, for whatever reason. But I found that tough. And as I said to you before, that worry, that concern about who's raising my daughter was real. But my daughter made it very clear that, you know, you're my dad. You know, this man is my stepdad, and Wicked, he's the father of my little baby sister, and I love them, but you're my dad. And that's enough. It should be enough for any dad.
Because with my ex-partner at the time, I remember when we broke up, and then it was more about sort of moving forward. She was like, she didn't want anyone that I was seeing to meet my daughter.
That's unreasonable.
Yeah, so she wanted to know.
Okay.
She wanted to know before all of that type of stuff happens. And I'm like, you know what, sometimes it's like, I knew which battles I needed to fight. All right, and I was like, okay, just keep the same energy when it's your time. But one of the things that my logic is that I know you as a person, and whoever you want to eventually bring into our daughter's lives when you move on, I know you've vetted the person. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Like, you trust their judgment.
Yeah, because essentially, even if you did meet this person, everyone's bringing their best foot forward. It's just like a date, isn't it? It's like, I don't really know you. We've had a dinner, we've had a drink, but I'm just getting an impression of you.
100.
But your ex-wife knows this individual. So that was my logic in regards to, but if you want to play it like this, but my thing is that I'm more on the vein of, I will never get to know this person, this guy, as much as you will
100%.
do. But I'm guessing the fact that you're ready to bring them around our daughter, and you're ready to now move on with this person, that this person is a stand-up guy to the point. Do you know
After
what I
all,
mean?
she chose you. So there's something about her judgment must be okay.
And that's the only way logically that I can accept that, in terms of being comfortable with another man being around my daughter. Do you know what I mean? Because at the time, I think she's already experienced through one of her friends at the time, where one of the one of her friends who was seeing somebody did something to her friend's daughter. And so that kind of put up a flag on her. So I already knew that now that she's experienced that through her friend,
she's going to be even more vigilant.
Careful when it comes to her child, especially when you're talking about bringing a guy into the mix. So I'm like, okay, if you want to play it like this, we can play that game, but just know that from my perspective, I'm trusting your judgment with you moving forward.
Quite right too.
And you would defend our daughter and do what's right by her first. And vice versa.
100%.
And I need you to accept that. But you know what? It's not logic. Our logic and women's logic
100%.
is
Very different.
not always there.
Very different.
You know what I mean? You know, men are from Mars and all of that.
100%. I mean, my ex was not my missus didn't believe how antagonistic my ex could be. Until we were living together and she got to experience and see and hear the conversation. Because, you know, for whatever reason, as you said, the energy was different when it came to, because my ex didn't want my current missus around there. You know, and I'm thinking, I need to do her hair. When she's going to school in the morning, I need to you know, this is my missus, this is my woman I'm going to spend. Anyway, that was rocky for a while, but fair play to my ex. She got over it. You know, she got over it, and I think she got over it because my daughter, my eldest daughter, must have, you know, had conversations. They must have, because there was frostiness. Between them at first. But my missus is a wonderful lady, so she's accommodating, she's loving, she's caring, and my daughter saw that. And then, you know, these things naturally happen.
Children have a way of.
They know innately.
You know, we're educators, isn't it? So you know, they know when a teacher's genuine.
Is real. Real recognizes real. And there you go. So, and that was helpful for us. And again, I look back and you know, my ex and myself and my current partner, we did all right to come through the other end. You know, with no big. We never had a big brawl out, you know, thingy, not between all of us. So, yeah, honestly, I'm grateful, man. What I will say is that my role as the dad has been, it's been challenging in the sense that, as I said to you, I've had to remember that I've just got to be a parent. Don't try and be a dad per se. Let that come naturally, but just try and be a parent. You know, be the person that's there, committed, and doing what you need to do to make her happy and content and safe. But yeah, that fatherhood is that. That's what it is to me. It's that.
Yeah.
It's that.
So, divorce now. So this separation has happened.
Yep.
You're now taking in your daughter.
Yep.
You've gone from full-time dad to now weekends, and that's a struggle.
Oh, it is.
You know, because I remember that period as well. But like you're saying, you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. Because sometimes we get praised for stuff that we're supposed to be doing.
100%
Do you
doing
know
the
what I
norm.
mean? Just doing the norm. It's like, I always used to say this. You know, it's like don't give me praise. And I say this to my students
for being present.
Yeah, like I said, you say you finished your work. I'm not going to give you a high five.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the
finish the extension work, and then we can talk about the high five.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Or so I came in today. You're supposed to be in. Attendance is key.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
So I turned up. No, you turn up. That's what you're supposed to do. But sort of navigating through the step dynamics. Your current missus, does she come into the relationship with children as well?
No.
Okay. So what was that? What was that like with you now having a previous?
Do you know what she found?
We share this commonality.
Because she's who she is. I think she handled it well. Like I say, there were moments. You know, that at one stage I remember my daughter said that my missus was giving her dirty looks in the rearview mirror.
Who said this? Said that?
So my daughter, my first daughter said that my missus was giving her dirty looks in the rearview mirror. Now, you take it on face value, you think, oh, shit, man, what's going on? But I broke it down. I remember when we were in the car. So there's me, my missus in the thingy, and my daughter is here. The passenger can't see, in the rearview mirror. It's just impossible. It don't work like that. You can see my eyes, the driver, but you can't see the passenger's eyes. So I said to her, how did that happen? Oh, you're just looking at me in the rearview mirror. I can see it. I go, okay, are you sure you didn't just... And I played it out. I didn't tell her,
jump on sides.
Right. I just played it out and I let it go. But I did say to her, I'll be honest with you, babes, I'm not sure that could happen. And I explained the logistics of it and left it at that. Yeah. We never had another incident. Okay. Yeah? So to me, she was testing. Let's see what my dad's gonna do. Is he gonna support me? Is he gonna support her? Is he gonna be angry at me? What's gonna happen? And I felt like I'd done the best I could do in that time, which was tell her that I don't think it happened, but don't say she's lying. Yeah, just say, you know what, okay, I can see how you might think that, but you know, when you're sitting here, look, can you see? You can't actually see that person, so it would have been quite difficult. Maybe you saw my eyes and you thought, and played it like that.
Okay.
And from then, no beef. Yeah. Now, they have a very good relationship. My daughter's a young woman now, so she comes to, she's studying up north. She comes to stay with us, and they have a very good relationship.
This car incident, how old?
Don't. It's actually was a pain to me. Like they bonded over it so much. What? Love Island, brother. They made me download the app so they could add my vote. No, I was cussing. Like, no, Dad, you gotta download the app. And then the bitch is like, yeah, Axe, come on, you gotta download the app. Why are you licking the ball like that? You're taking No! That was nonchalant. All right, brother.
I haven't hit my final form yet.
Do you know what? You're in the lead, okay. You know what, okay. Yes, pressure, Emeka, pressure.
But those times of sort of dealing with this step dynamics, because it's something that I'm still sort of navigating through. So I'm sort of 3 years into my marriage at this point, and obviously my wife's now a stepmom. So having to sort of navigate through sort of their relationship.
It can't be you though, you know that, right?
Yeah, but sometimes you find yourself trying to
help,
like you said, mediate situations like that. So that was something that your daughter brought up.
Yeah, she was 5 or 6 at that time. Okay. 5 or 6, very young.
Was there anything that
my missus brought up?
Was bringing up in regards to?
And you know what? I do not doubt that there was stuff. But I think where she played it smart, and this is where I know she's a good woman, she held it down.
Yeah.
And if she did broach it, she broached it in a way that wouldn't antagonize or get my back up, because it's sensitive.
Yeah,
it's
mad.
sensitive as hell.
It's very, very
and
sensitive.
my missus is very attuned to that. So looking back now, I can see that, okay, you know what she done? She played me nicely. Let me just, I won't say it now. I'll wait till his belly's full, and then I'll mention this, and we'll have that conversation.
Okay.
But that's on the woman. She's got to be, she's got to know her man. Yeah, because you've got to have the conversation. But she's got to know how and when to have it.
What kind of things was she bringing up that you were conversating about? Is it like, for instance, obviously the space that you live in, she's the woman of the house.
Yes.
So for instance, and then obviously your daughter comes at the point where she's living with you. Is it about boundaries within the house? Is it about discipline?
Biggest thing.
How does she deal with the discipline aspect of it? Or is it an expectation of she's witnessed something's happened, but I now have to let you deal with it because it's delicate that if she does it, do you know what I mean? Because it can now blow up. Who are you talking to? Do you know what I mean? You're not my mum. That type of attitude.
Yeah, you're right. I see where you're coming, but what can we say about that? Because you're right, she's come to the house, and I think my missus had an issue, and the issue was with my big girl's, what's the word? There's no other word, laziness. You know what I mean? She comes on holiday and she'll sit on her iPad or the TV and chillax. You know what I mean? For the whole day. Chilling. And my missus will be like, nah, but wait, what? She's not gonna get up and do stuff. And I'm like, boy, she's chilling.
And were you more about? You was just more.
I'm just glad she's there. When I was 19, that's what I wanted to do too. You know what I mean? Chillaxing. Anyway, but as it went on, I started to feel that, you know, actually she's right. She's got a point. A, her siblings are watching that. And B, I don't want her to have that inner character that, you know what, we just cotch and procrastinate and do nothing. So I broached the subject with her about, aside from my missus. And to be fair to my big girl, she's gonna get herself a little part-time job. She's doing what she's doing. So again, your partner, your current partner, has every right to ask, talk, voice concerns. Every right. How it's done is crucial, and your relationship will define that. You know, I'm a man that you ask me anything after jollof rice, you're good to go. You're good to go. Ask me anything after jollof, and listen, I'm happy to talk with you. But ask me something when I'm hungry. I don't know. Jeez, I might be a bit snappy. And my missus loves that, and I love her for it. All I will say is that step role is because I didn't have to do it. You understand that? I'm talking a bit from an objective view because I didn't have to be a step parent. But looking at it, I feel that what she done best was just be around, be present, be supportive. When my daughter was in those years and she needed her hair doing, she would do her hair. She'd help her pick out clothes and all them kind of. She'd be that maternal advice-giving person that you could be. You understand? But I would actually going back. I'll go and have a chat with her now, just to find out exactly because if there were issues, she definitely hid them very well.
You've got 90 seconds. To
okay.
As many shots as possible. Okay, let's see if you can get past 144.
Don't. Oh God.
Okay, look, you've done it.
Are you lying?
154. So you beat.
So who's that beat? I beat Stefan. Come on, man. 200.
So
What's your head?
186. That's the next. No, actually, it's not. Ollah's on 161. Can you beat Ollah? You got 1 minute left. Can you beat Ollah?
Yes! Come on, man. Come on.
Okay, you beat Ollah. So next is 186. Dr. Nick.
No.
You beat Dr. Nick?
No, it's gone.
45 seconds. You still got time.
Don't.
45 seconds.
Pressure on. Speed golf. Speed golf. Where the hell did that go? How long left? 10 seconds?
30. 30. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
No.
Ooh.
Okay. And Becky got 170.
Yeah.
You're taking the piss. You're taking the piss. Oh my God. Ooh.
You got time for one more.
One more. Last one. Come on, son. That's decent. No! No! That one was 200. Are you killing me? No! That one was 200. It was bouncing. Look. Oh, you're killing me. I love it. Yeah, you know what? This is bad. Thank you.
No, that was good. But at least you made it up. Look, never doubt yourself. At least you made it nicely.
Do you know what I think? You kept me
there.
talking for too long. That's what he did. Man was pontificating on being a father. Like, yeah, this is wicked.
Oh, you dropped it.
Thank you.
The camera evidence, he dropped it.
With the big thing. Okay, 166. No. I still think I could have got 200. That last one there, I'm not bad. I know it wasn't recorded, but that was bouncing. Yeah. Come on, Vic, tell him. See, the camera woman says, yeah. Okay.
But no, in terms of before we sort of round up the conversation, because I've learned a lot from your experience,
thank you, sir.
Going through this next phase of dealing with an adolescent teenage girl, and understanding that patience is key, listening is key, and empathizing.
100%.
Because we can never ever fully experience what they're going through.
100%.
So I've definitely taken that on board. And in regards to this sort of step dynamics, how much did that weigh on your missus to have this responsibility of that title of?
She took it very seriously.
Yeah?
Yeah, she took it very seriously. She took it very seriously because she loves me, and by extension she loves my daughter because she's of me.
Okay.
And
do you think, because love is not an easy thing to come by any stretch of the imagination, do you feel like they have to love your child?
That's a good question.
Do you know what I mean?
I think so, yeah. But what type of love? Yeah. You know, we love the kids we teach. Yeah. They're not ours. But we have that love. So I would expect her to have a kind of love for my daughter. I'm not expecting her to love my children as she loves her own. That would be unreasonable.
Unrealistic, isn't it?
But I would expect her to love my child more than she loves other children. You understand?
Yeah.
So
because that's the saying, always saying, it goes, oh, like you see it and you hear it in Hollywood films, oh, I love them just like I love my own child. But in the practicalities in real life,
no,
that's unrealistic.
That's unrealistic, I think. But I would expect her to be like, no, I love her because she's of yours and she's ours. So to be fair to my missus, when she plans for all of us. Like if we're going on holiday, she plans for the 5. She don't plan for the 4. If she's planning X, it's for the 5. It's not going to be here, phone her, make sure, and so I get it, you know. I can only judge her by her actions. And she's included her stepdaughter in every facet of everything. Do you know what I mean? Even down to, you know, advising me when it's time for presents, because some presents I'll be like, nah, I ain't getting that. And she went, no, you've got to, because you know, so only the woman will know, or the step parent will know. But if your heart and your intentions are pure, I don't think you can go much wrong with that. You know, and if you've chosen them, if you value your judgment, then you should trust that the person you chose would be a good parent. Yeah, because
And then I guess finally for you, in terms of what does success look like as a father? When it's all said and done, you're sitting back, retired on your yacht somewhere.
Hey!
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name, inshallah. Come on. Okay, I will say to you, I'm not even going to be flippant. I'm going to be real and say success will be if my children are happy, and you know, it's quite a wide-ranging word, but I want them to be content, with their life. I want them to be happy, and I want them to have achieved what they wanted. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean solving any world problems or curing cancer, but I mean, if that means becoming A or doing this or living that, whatever it may be, that they've done that. I've raised them to be aspirational. Yeah. I've raised them to be resilient, and I will be happy if they can achieve those things. I'm not too worried about the success part. Yeah. Yeah, so you know, our parents were a doctor, lawyer. I want you to be an engineer, but I'm not too fussed about all that. Yeah. I really am not. I'm very much in this world we live in. Get a job that you can provide for yourself, for your family, and that you like doing. That you like doing. And if you can do that, then you'll be content in life, you know, because there's nothing more important than family. Yeah. And you have to be able to keep that moving, do you know what I mean?
Hakeem, thank you very much. I appreciate
your
time,
Thank you for the invite.
Definitely.
Next time I'll do better on the golf though.
Just so we
I know you're going to hold the board up, man.
Make it official. No, this is a very respectable score. 166. Shout out to Hakeem. Obviously, he didn't beat.
Yeah, I feel I got more than that. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't record.
Do you know what?
Record it. All right, so officially, overall, you couldn't beat me today, and 170. And I'm expecting the tears to drop.
I'm holding it back. I'm not even lying. I'm holding it back. But you know what? Yeah. I want a rematch.
Yeah?
I want a rematch.
Actually, there's another episode that I want us to do. It's a special one. So I'm going to invite you, Clem, and another
I love it.
This will be about. So there's a list of 17 things. I said this to Clem. 17 things that these group of stepmothers have said that they wish that their partners knew.
Oh wow!
So I want us to
go through it.
And see what kind of applies to us and what we agree with. And it kind of gives us their perspective. Yes. Again, like you said, if your wife has felt a certain way about certain things and you don't know about it, she's done a great job. But with these things, she might even identify with them and say, you know what, I actually felt like that. But obviously, I didn't need to say it. So we're gonna organise that, sit down and have that conversation.
I look forward to it, but please don't forget me, yeah, man.
No, definitely.
Wow. Oh man, no, I got bumped.